Hi everyone and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 2. It's called Meet the New Boss. Full spoilers for the episode as always. You know, I've actually kind of stopped being surprised at the pacing of this show.
Yeah, it's just after season 3 was just breakneck.
Well, it's even just Season 3. Like, I feel like, because it was the start of Season 2, where it first started becoming a thing where I'd be like, oh, this thing that they've just introduced, that'll last like 4 or 5 episodes before they resolve it. And then they kept resolving things the next episode, and it kept surprising me. And
Okay, I don't think I noticed it as much during 2. I mean, 2 moved quickly compared to 1. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was as quick as 3 did.
nah, sure, but like that was when I first started noticing a bit. So last week they introduced ghosts. There was this ghost lady, and May's seeing things because this ghost touched her, and that was kind of a cliffhanger. And sure enough, this week we not only see more of the ghost, we see that there's now multiple ghosts. Everyone else is now aware that May's seeing stuff. So again, breakneck speed, just like last
Yeah,
year.
again, I think I was really expecting this to be at least 2 or 3 episodes.
Of
Even knowing that this speed is what we've been going at, I was still thinking, that'll be 2 or 3 episodes away yet,
Yeah,
at
because
least.
we'll have May like seeing stuff for a few episodes while she's otherwise functioning as normal
Yeah,
before stuff heats up. But now, by the end of
straight
this
in.
episode, yeah, she's in a straight jacket and she's being carted off to who knows where. Um, so, let's tackle Skye and the Ghost Rider first. So Skye tracks down Robbie to his work and like sort of wrangles her way into sort of meeting him under like normal circumstances.
Yeah,
So she
it's a
can have
very
a.
fun scene.
It is a very fun scene because she keeps bringing up stuff from his past. She's obviously done her research, done a bit of hacking, and
Yeah.
got all the stuff out. You know, all of his history out there. Go away, cat. And he is very hostile towards her, to say the least. He's not
Mm.
pleased by this, and it all leads to like they do end up eventually kind of fighting, and he very quickly defeats her.
Dispatcher, yeah.
Yeah, and he has her tied up, and he's like you said, you deserve to die. I'm going to look for proof of that, and then I can just do it, and then you get what you want, and my problem goes away. And it's funny because we got a comment last week, speculating that Ghost Rider would be the only person who could deal with the ghosts because of who he is. And sure enough, by the end of
What?
this episode, we see
But
that he can deal with the ghosts. And not only can he deal with it, it's not just like a happenstance, he can take care of this. He has a connection to these ghosts.
yeah, this is another one where I thought that reveal of he can deal with the ghosts would be a while out. Like I thought that'd be like 6 episodes out.
Yeah.
I thought these were going to be a bit of a threat for a while, and then they'll be like, oh, nothing's working, and then Ghost Rider shows up and solves the problem.
Yeah.
Nope.
And the storylines converged really quickly as well because like when he realizes it's to do with this plant, this place that the ghosts were being kept, and that's where Mac and Fitz are on their way to because they've tracked things there, and it all sort of converges much quicker than I thought, and it leads to probably my favourite scene of the episode is actually the conversation between Skye and Mac and
Yeah.
Fitz on the ship because they patch her up, they give her a cast or whatever for her arm, and it was something that was really affecting last season as well. Remember when Skye was taken over and she was kind of evil for that last chunk of the season, and
Yeah.
Mac showed up at the sort of that town where they were all hanging out, and she like breaks him down as he's trying to like talk her back over at the good side. It reminded me a lot actually of a scene from season 6 of Buffy, which I won't spoil because it's like a season finale thing. But
Mm.
if you know the show, you
I,
probably know.
I know what you're on about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably know the exact scene I'm talking about. Although that was more successful than the Mac Skye
Yeah.
example. But it reminded me of that, like him trying to talk her back into the fold. And this time, of course, it's less that she's evil; it's more that she just has to be
I think it's a little
gone.
bit different because it's more he's angry with her at the same time because
Oh
obviously
yeah,
he wants her back, but he's angry once he realizes that she could have come like in at any time, like that she knows what they've been putting them through, and she's still been kind of just on the edge.
Yeah, he's pissed at Yo-Yo as well because Yo-Yo's
Oh
been
yeah,
lying. So that'll be something that comes up probably next episode.
probably. Except, yeah, I was
No,
just gonna
knowing
say.
the pace of this show, it's probably going to be the next episode. But nah, there was a lot of emotion in that scene because he was conflicted, because he was both like happy to see her but angry that she's doing this to them. And his ultimate point is like, it doesn't matter what you think you're better off doing. Everything you do still affects us because we care. And it's also great to see Fitz kind of lash out, and he's like angry. He's frustrated with her.
It's also just great to see Fitz in the field.
Oh, it is.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
Also,
Shotgun axe. Yeah, shotgun. Yeah, we've seen the properly made shotgun axe in the finale last year, and he still got it because
oh, it's glorious.
see when we were walking down the hall at first, and you just see the shotgun peeking up over his back. I was like, wait, is that the shotgun axe? Has he got it?
Then he pulls out for the door. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yes.
Yeah, he still got it. It's great. But yeah, so the Ghost Rider comes in, and he seems to know these people. He seems to have some sort of connection to whatever's going on here, which I'm sure we'll get more of next episode, and we'll see what that connection is. But he does grow to somewhat trust Skye a little bit because he does show up at the end and says, get in.
Yeah.
It's time for some exposition. Let's go and get exposition.
Let's go do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So exposition coming next episode, I assume.
Would you?
But no, so really like that stuff. It was really emotional. It's great. It's great. And like I said last week, the story of this season really seems to be the team is fragmented, and perhaps now more so than ever. Even though they've ran into each other, it feels like they're more fragmented than ever. And not just Skye with everyone else. Like as we said last week, Simmons is dealing with stuff that's kind of separating her from the team, and now May's like separated because she's like in a straitjacket and going crazy.
And obviously now we're gonna have Mac and Yo-Yo splinter a little bit, I assume.
Yeah, from the fallout of this. So it's going to be great. Like I'm imagining it'll be the mid-season finale where they sort of all come back together properly.
I can see it, yeah.
And then there'll be a team for whatever the big threat for the second half of the season is.
Yeah.
So that would be my guess. So yeah, we did get more of the ghost stuff. The ghosts, like she went and freed like 3 other ghosts, one of whom can't speak, and they keep talking about him, what he did to us. It's his fault. So obviously that's setting up whether it's the villain for the first half of the season or whether it's the big villain for the second half of the season. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. It's interesting that they're essentially like prison cells that they were in. Because obviously these are actual people. They've been in like some sort of it's almost like a suspended animation thing because they didn't realize that it had been so long.
Yeah, it's almost like they were in some sort of experiment, and whoever this person is double crossed them or something.
My question is, was it intention? Were they intentionally left in there, or did something happen to him, this person? And then they were essentially forgotten about because no one knew.
That's a reasonable guess. I mean, I think the assumption I was taking from it, just because of the way they were talking, it was like he had locked them away so he didn't have to deal with them, or either because it was a mistake or for whatever reason, but he's abandoned them.
It felt like they'd gone into it willingly, like because I don't know. He was like, "Oh, we could have been in there hours."
Well, that's why I'm saying it was an experiment of some kind that maybe went wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
But this whoever this person is, maybe instead of trying to fix it. I mean, maybe something did happen to him and he's not actually that bad. Maybe he's a nice guy who just got hit by a bus. I don't know. But they seem to assume that he's responsible for it and is to blame for their current predicament. So, yeah, so more teasing there. And of course, the other big thing in the episode was the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D. who we meet. And is very, very photogenic, very press friendly. His whole plot in this episode is that he's building up S.H.I.E.L.D's public face again so they can announce that they're a legitimate government endorsed entity once again. And he has Coulson and Simmons giving these Congress people a tour around the base. And Congress people, yes. Anyway, so he's been very. Do you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me a little bit of Peter Serafinovich. His demeanour and his like, sort of smile, like he reminds me of him.
Yeah, I get it.
But he's like being this diplomatic guy all episode, and in the back of my head, I'm thinking, right, how are they going to reveal that he's actually a complete dickhead? Like, I feel like that's
There's
coming.
something, isn't there? There's got to be something.
Yeah, you feel like it's coming all episode. And he does eventually take like power out of like Coulson's hands, and when he tries to get involved with May at the end, he's like, no, it's classified, and Coulson's shut out, and that obviously hurts Coulson because he wants to take care of his team. But at the same time, you can't really deny that this new director's got a point.
No, that's the thing. It's like we're obviously supposed to agree that he is right to a degree, but we still want to support Coulson anyway.
We're suspicious. We also, of course, find out that he's an Inhuman, and that he has super strength. Obviously we've not seen much of his power set yet, but it seems similar to what Luke Cage is like.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, he can take like damage, and he's super strong, and that seems to be the case of it. I'm unaware if this is a character from the comics.
Well, obviously they don't give his surname, do they? They just call him Jeffrey.
Yeah.
But I've seen the running theories online, but I don't know if they're accurate.
Well, do tell. What's the running theory?
I believe the running theory is Jeffrey Mace, who was Patriot, who
Okay.
at some point took up the S.H.I.E.L.D. Captain America as well. So super strength kind of fits. I don't think he was an Inhuman, but
Also, Patriot kind of aligns with the whole public image.
yeah,
Let's make S.H.I.E.L.D. a viable thing for the public again. That makes a lot of
make S.H.I.E.L.D.
sense.
great again. Is that what you're saying?
Make S.H.I.E.L.D. great again. Yeah. But that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
Also, I love that he makes a dig at Coulson for the you seem to have unlimited funding when you were a secret thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good point. He did seem to have just this unlimited resource of like money.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
So there you go. Anything else you'd like to talk about before we wrap up?
No, I think it was a very good reveal how they handled him being an Inhuman stuff. Because obviously it made sense for the moment.
Oh, I did, yeah.
But I think it's a good move anyway. Like to have like an Inhuman in a position of power and see how that plays out could be interesting.
Especially since it helps the whole thing where he's like, oh, we have to treat Skye like a vigilante or a fugitive. It helps that thing if he's also an Inhuman, because it doesn't feel like he's just being racist.
Yeah, it makes it more authentic that he genuinely believes in the Sokovia Accords rather than just it's an anti-powers thing.
Yeah. I don't know if racist is quite the word. I mean, we don't really have a word for fearing people with powers, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's
for all
essentially
intents
racism.
and purposes, it's a metaphor for racism, isn't it? So let's just stick with that.
So that's very good points. So yeah, we will see how things progress next week, and let us know what you thought in the comments below of this episode, and like and subscribe and all that jazz. It helps us out a lot. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We will see you next time.